No, it's interesting to see the stages that people go through, though, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all. Hey, while we on the fashion topic, where you think this stuff come from? Like, I mean, because it seems like everybody just changes uniform. Like, I even notice, like, I'll see a color, like a specific color, like a type of red or a type of, like, I'm in the green right now. Like, green is good to me, and I'm just starting to see that it seems like other people are in the green also, and it's like, how do
we
we
all come to this agreement at the same time?
The same type of green too, because there's so many different types. It's like we all just into this same type green or this same type red right now at the same time. It's weird. Like, who hits the switch and says, "All right, this color green's in now"?
Yeah, like, this is the one. This is it. I don't know, but for some reason it seems like we all
fashion shows, but I don't think it's fashion shows anymore because that's old school now. Like,
you
don't have to go to the fashion shows.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because now it's just everything. I mean, I know they do, but it's just like people don't go to the mall to get their clothes. So the changes in fashion happen like this. It's so rapid. Like,
it's got to be social media then. It's got to be social media. You get enough people on social media, then you get those ad posts, and then somebody says, "Oh, that's a cool idea. I like the way that look. Let's all go with it." Or just the shift of manufacturers decide to start making this in bulk and start pushing this and start phasing other things. I don't know. But you're right, though. It seems like everybody comes to the same conclusion at the same time. It says, that's the color, that's the style, that's what we're going with. Everything else, nah, that's the one.
That's the one. And this really does go back to that whole nerd conversation, but it's such a monolithic tone to us as humans these days. Like, and that's social media also, where the majority is like, hey, I'm on this now. Mm-hmm. And I find myself stuff that I used to, like, even with the long socks, I told you the story. I got on the long socks by accident. Like, I thought I was being different. I didn't even pay no attention. I had them in the tuck from wintertime, and I was like, man, I just ran out of socks.
Yeah.
I pulled them out just because I ran out of socks and was wearing it with the shorts. And, I'm like, my wife like, hey, you in. I'm like, I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah, you in style. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I thought I was just being old school, not knowing that old school caught up and it was in. So, like, I find myself sometimes trying to run away. We get into that mindset sometimes. Everybody start doing it. We don't want to do it no more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
You can't even find that no more. It seems like we all just keep coming to the same point, and I have to keep running away in the other world.
I can't get away from what everybody else is doing.
I can't get away from it. I start some of my beliefs. I hear people repeating them. I'm like, ugh, I don't even want to believe that.
Always hated being alongside what other people were doing, thinking, and I always like to think that whether it was the music I listened to or the way I thought or the way I moved was exclusive to me. But the way that the world has opened up to us, we realize we're not as independent as we thought we were, whether it was thought or action. There's somebody somewhere, especially as big as this world is and how populated, is doing the exact same thing, think the exact same way, act the exact same way, move the exact same way that we do, even though we think we're original.
Right.
Which is cool. I mean, like, how many ways can you slice the cake when it comes to humans? You know what I'm saying? There's going to be
resemble one another.
Yeah.
And there's so many outcomes you can get. Like,
man, this is one thing I wanted to talk to you about. And I meant to mention this just offline, but when you get exposed to so many people, right? Which I think is cool, but it's weird, right? So me and being an instructor, we get waves of students, hundreds of thousands of students per month cycle, whatever you want to call it. And it always seems like there's at least 5 to 10, maybe even, I'm going to say 5 to 10, let's just stick with that number, 5 to 10 people who remind me exactly of the somebody from before. Like, that face looks almost the same as that. The way they act is almost the same. Like, because I'm seeing so many people now, right? So many people. We get like 400 students per cycle, 300 some students per cycle. And then we get a whole other class of 50 or this or that. And they're just coming through. You just running through all these different people. Like, you move the exact same way as this other guy. And like, you almost want to call them that other person. But then at the same time, even though I had experience with that person, they were in my class, 3 months ago, this person doesn't know who that person is. But I'm drawing a correlation between this person and that person because I've experienced them being their instructor. But it's like that person they're completely independent from a whole different part of the country from that person. Mm-hmm. But then you correlate all these people together because how alike they are and how much they remind you of this other person, whether how they look or how they talk or how they move. It's just, and it's like you're seeing almost duplicates of individuals, but they're completely separate because they don't know each other. They've never experienced each other before. They have no clue who sat in that seat 3 months ago, but you do. Yeah. And it's weird. It's like this deja vu thing that keeps happening over and over and over again that I'm seeing. It's weird.
It really, okay, this is something I don't think I ever shared with you. I don't think I have, but around about 2013, I started kind of thinking to myself, like the idea of a simulation, like, man, I think, man, this stuff really do feel like a simulation sometimes. And then the more I thought about it, the years later, I started kind of hearing that this was already a theory in science already that had been going on for years and stuff. But I came to the conclusion on my own, like, and now the more I live, I just still kind of think, man, it's something to it. Maybe it is just a big simulation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when I say simulation, that's not
different versions of us somewhere else.
I'm not saying different versions of us, but I'm just saying just the idea of how Earth works in general. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That doesn't eliminate a higher power, whatever you believe in, whether God or whoever you call it. You know what I'm saying? But it just said, it's just the science behind how it works. It could just really be like the game Sims. You know what I'm saying? Like it's only so many faces you can have, so many personality traits you can have. And you just run across enough people, we all start to look alike, we all start to act alike, we all start to share the same thoughts and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Kind of weird, man.
It's weird because, like, you see, like, how can you have these many people with these different varieties of looks and personality traits? Which you do get that because you got all the combinations, but then when you see how many people are the same, it's those two different opposite sides. It's like there's 8 billion people in the world, probably more now, and you have all these different characteristics and you know, configurations to make different people. And it's still wild to think you can have so many different combinations of people. You only nose, eyes, eyebrows, lips, ears, and you know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And
but
still
you can slightly sit the ears up a little higher, a little lower.
Yeah. And you have a face that looks like a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm a generic creative player face. But
the fact is, even though you look like so many people look like you, it's still differences. You know what I'm saying? It's still the shifts. It's wild. I mean, it's funny to watch. It's funny to see. And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings when I said that, but it's been a running joke since I met you. It's been a running joke since I met you 20-some years ago.
It's been a running joke for a long time. I done gone through different stages of people I look like, you know, and now they're kids, new generations of people that's young. It used to be people older than me only. Now it's people younger than me that's starting to come into the world. You look like this person. I'm like, man, I've been alive 15 years before that person hit this earth. But yeah, I guess I look like him now. Like I was driving when he was born. Like, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, man.